Robertson, number 1 in the VFL, has control of the game, and here we have it, the start of the 75 grand final. Bounces a bad one. East Gambier first to go into attack. It's Des Trotter in the unaccustomed place of Whale down from his full forward role, but it's Peter Ryan had first grab of the ball. Wasn't to be on.
Number 12 must be Peter Barry over there, I think, Dave Gill.
I'm pleased to pick him. This is exactly what I announced, Brian, that this would happen. But here's the first boundary thrown of the day. Front position, Tim Quill gets it down. Peter Ryan can't find the ball at all. Darryl Black gets it on the left foot. Ball smothered. Brian Adderwolf for South Gambier. Looks for a handball, gets it back to Ryan. Ryan with a long handball to Jeff Arthur, but he's taken on from all sides. Play-on's a call. Robert Sims, the fullback for South. Hooks it with the left foot. Brian Norman, outmarked, and very well outmarked by big Murray Merritt, the ruckman for East Gambier. True centre wing position. Sends his forward, a shocking looking kick. But once it fallen into the waiting arms of East, they couldn't do anything with it. They were too slow. Play-on, still a call from umpire Robertson. As South Gambier attempt to take this ball off the ground. Darryl Black, Jeff Arthur, they're in there. Jeff Arthur scoops the ball along the ground. Gary Fox has got the run, runs into big trouble. It's Roger Doody in there for East, and he will take the first free kick of the game. Roger Doody, the dynamic rover, and the player that East Gambier is certainly looking forward to give them the big lift this afternoon.
Roger Dody's having a great final series. Here's his kick up towards the full forward area over Des Trotter's head. The ball going towards the boundary line at the moment. Peter Ryan in there trying to save it, but it's out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in right there alongside the East Gambier forward pocket area. The boundary umpire with the ball now prepares to throw it back into play. There's the ball going high up in the air. It comes off hands there. South Gambier trying to bring the ball through there, but the ball player goes to ground. A free kick going the way of South Gambier's Brian Attawell, and Brian Attawell on about the half-back line there for East Gambier. For South Gambier, his kick over here, Brian Norman in front, but can't bring it down. Murray Merritt in there for East Gambier. He gathers the ball in, gets his kick in, high one, up in the air, going down towards the half-forward flank area. It's East Gambier in front there through the player there, Noel Doody, and Noel Doody taking a good mark there on the half-forward flank for East Gambier. Will drive them right into attack now. Here's his kick in towards the goal square. It goes. No one inside there for East Gambier, tapped away by South Gambier. There's the snap by Peter Barry, through for 1 point, and the first score on the board for East Gambier. One behind, coming I think from the boot of Peter Barry, the player who Dave did tip would be in this East Gambier side, even though he was named on the bench. But Peter Barry has brought up first blood for East Gambier. One behind, South Gambier of course yet to score.
Well, it's only taken them 2 minutes into this grand final to get the first score on the board, as Robert Sims elects to kick to this Western side. Not the best of looking kicks either, but it's East Gambier again. Great back up, and again Noel Doody sends them forward. Robert Sims has overrun the ball, but he was very fortunate. He's well backed up by brother Terry, but Terry has crossed the line with the ball, as you can see there now. And again, this is a boundary throw in number 3 taking place in the very early stages, and it's all East Gambier right now. But well, can they withhold this pressure as Downs sends them forward again? Des Trotter lurking at the back, chases after the ball, swings on it now, looks for a handball. There's no one there at all except South Gambier. Very disappointed Des Trotter as Robert Sims clears the area. A shocking looking kick, but well, which way will the bounce go? There it comes. Across to Roger Doody. Jerry Lane's completely outnumbered, and it's Raymond Busick who sends East Gambier forward again. But again, there's no attacking line in either side in this opening stage. It's as Don Millick has marked safely for South Gambier. Millick from virtually the centre half back position clears the ball now, favours the eastern side of the ground, sends it wide out and finds Gary Fox. Well, a little bit better football from South Gambier, but well, it's come undone again by a shocking kick, and a free kick going the way of East Gambier. This looks like Philip Scanlon to me. Will take this free kick. Scanlon, the centre wingman for East Gambier, elects to favour the punt kick again. It's not a good looking kick, a lot of pushing and shoving. The free kick will go the way of Coppler Barry. It's young Peter Barry, and I tell you what, not a bad sort of player to have to bring into your side too. Here's a pass from Barry out to Trotter, but he's taken on well by Robert Sims. The boundary line hugs close. Des Trotter keeps after the ball, but out of bounds it will be. Again, the boundary throw-in takes place. South Gambier in this opening 4 minutes of the game have not penetrated past centre. They have, as we feel here right now, the advantage of the breeze, but certainly can't do anything with it. Ruck set herself, a big thump away by Tim Quill. Gary Lazarus in hot pursuit, dummies the ball around now, has the second grab, swings, favours the right foot, high into the air it goes. No one in particular, it's all South Gambier underneath him. Darryl Black takes a very timely chest mark, plays on quickly with the right foot, left foot, I'm sorry, gets it down wide. Bobby Smith legging to the back of the ball, straightens up now, long shot for goal, no one in attendance, it's well offline, will bounce through, and they have tied the scores, one behind each. That one coming from Robert Smith, the half forward for South Gambier.
The first time that South Gambier have been forward in this game so far. They haven't had the ball past the hardly past the square at the moment, but that time forward for a point from the boot of Robert Smith. But here's the East Gambier fullback Dean Thomas now sending the ball right out towards their half-back flank. The ball comes off hands, picked up there now by Zig Golobiowski. He sends the ball out towards the wing, but too far across there for Peter Stringer, and the ball going out of bounds over there at centre wing position. The boundary umpire bringing the ball back. The scores 1 point each at the moment. East Gambier and South Gambier at about 5 minutes of the first quarter of the grand final gone as the ball is thrown in. Murray Merritt up to Tim Quill up there. The ball comes to ground, pushed further away there by East Gambier's Bobby Lawson, but it's a hand pass out here looking for Roger Doody. That player quickly picks the ball up, goes goalwards. Here's his kick down there looking for Des Trotter, but it's Jerry Lane there, rather Robert Simpson is in front there, who marks that ball, gets his kick out towards the half-back flank to Gary Fox. Fox quickly kicks the ball up towards the centre of the ground, finds Darryl Black there, and Darryl Black now will send South Gambia right up here into attacking their forward line. Jerry Lane up in the air, almost brought the ball down. The ball goes to ground though, picked up by East Gambia. South Gambia now through Colin Black. Black turns goalwards, a big high kick, not going anywhere. It's Dean Thomas from behind. He's going to play the mark to South Gambia's Laurie Fox. And,
no, I don't know. You're wrong, Brian.
Bounce.
As I said, he called play on, Brian, which was rather obvious. And, well, when players are undecided, he's done the wise thing. But from the bounce out, that's the first goal on the board. Robert Smith from South Gambia has not the first one, but it was well called from Ian Robinson. Let there be no mistake. He had called play on, was rather obvious from to us here. Players, as we say, had thought that the mark had been paid, so the bounce took place. From that bounce in, well, Robert Smith has put the first goal on the board. 1 goal, 1 South Gambia, leading East Gambia 1 behind. Brian, we never gave you a chance to give your estimate. What would you feel that this breeze is worth, and if anything, which way?
Well, I'm looking at this flag out in front of us, and it could be blowing certainly towards the northern end of the ground, but over towards this pocket fairly well. It's probably a 1 or 2 goal advantage, I'd say. But umpire Robertson has set play going once again. Here's Roger Doody in there for East Gambia. He dummies around, gets his quick kick in at last. Down here looking for Peter Barry on the flank over this side, but it's Percy Badlock in there. East Gambia in there trying to get the ball out, but it's a free kick going the way of South Gambia's Brian Attawell, and Brian Attawell on the half-back flank, or almost at centre wing at the moment for South Gambia, will send them up into attack. Robert Smith is the player he'll be looking for, but comes across too far this way. Bounces over the head of Roman Twitching. Rex Harvey picks it up. He gets taken on with a push from the back. Will get the free kick. And Rex Harvey, he's in the position on the half-forward flank. A fair way out of goal, but he could be looking for someone over there. Robert Smith makes the move, but nothing there. Here's Rex Harvey lining them up now. It's a pretty good kick. Goes too far across, though. Up in towards the forward pocket. Murray Merritt. Good mark, Murray Merritt. And Murray Merritt takes probably the best mark we've seen so far, and we've seen some great marks, of course, from Murray Merritt during the course of the season. But here's his kick out towards the half-back flank for East Gambia. Philip Scanlon in there. South Gambia in there trying to get the ball away. The hand pass goes astray. It comes here to David Clark now. David Clark will send East Gambia forward. Not a real good kick as he's taken off the ball. Big Sam McGuinness in there for South Gambia, but umpire says play on. They picked up there by Percy Badlock. He gets the hand pass out to Billy Downs. That player can't quite control it, and it's in there again. Gary Lazarus couldn't pick it up. Jeff Arthur does, though. He gets the hand pass, a long hand pass across to Richard Healy, and Healy with the ball now on the centre wing position, looking out here to find Robert Smith. Pass too far in front of that player, will go out of bounds, and the ball out of bounds on the South Gambia half-forward flank position. South Gambia 1 goal, 1. East Gambia 1 behind.
Brian, rather obvious to me that South Gambia realise that East could be tired, and they're certainly moving this ball around as fast as they possibly can to take the run out of East legs. But boy, oh boy, they've got to get score on the board too, as David Clark sends East forward again into the centre. Well marked, Graham Brooksby. This is a player that was announced as 19th man, so I don't believe everything you read in the press. And then the pass is perfect. Well done, Graham Brooksby, and well marked Des Trotter. The lead was on, the pass was perfect, as we said, and Des Trotter now with his first opportunity, some 35 metres out from goal, virtually point-blank range. A breeze blowing slightly from Des's left to right. There's a ball in there. The goal umpire's had a good look at it. There it is. Scores a dead level again. East Gambia have kicked their first goal through Des Trotter, and it's 1 goal 1 versus 1 goal 1, and very appropriately at the 10-minute mark of this opening quarter, the 1975 grand final being brought to you on the Channel 8 Sporting Service. First for sport.
Ball coming back to umpire Ian Robertson now. That goal from Des Trotter, and the umpire looking around, waiting for a trainer or a runner to get out of the square before he can bounce the ball. Now he'll prepare to put the ball on ground once again. It's Sam McGuinness and David Clark, the two ruckmen. Ball coming out towards the South Gambier way. Brian Norman in there very quickly to gather that one in. He goes goal. It was a big high kick, and it's right up into the goal line, but just a little bit too far astray, and went through for one behind. But what a great kick from Brian Norman, almost reminiscent of the one he got here a fortnight ago that put South Gambier back level with East Gambier, and they went on and won the game. But a great kick. Here's Dean Thomas now to put the ball back into play. Will come out towards the grandstand flank this time, or in towards the centre half back position, and it's David Clark up there for East Gambier. Will be paid the mark, and David Clark, the bearded ruckman for East Gambier, with the ball now on their half-back flank position down towards the wing. It's Johnny Millick in front though for East Gambier, and he picked that one up as he's tagged by Roger Doody at the moment. But Johnny Millick with the ball now. He's looking out here for Robert Smith. Drops the ball up here. Smith has the ball pushed away by Johnny Shelton. Ball goes towards the boundary as Roger Doody tries to get it back in, but to no avail, and the ball out of bounds just between the centre wing and the half-forward flank position.
I feel the South Gambier probably wasting what little use they've got of the breeze with these short passes to their half-forward line, and they'll have to get a little bit more method in their attack as we find Don Millick in there strong again for South Gambier, but well taken on by First Badnock. Handball to Richard Healy. Healy with the left foot swings it across again, looking for Bob Smith. That player's in hot pursuit from Johnny Shelton, but South again. This time Colin Black in there strong. Raymond Busick's in there for East, and Busick's persistence pays off. Really looking for the ball. That's what Ian Robinson, the umpire, is interested in. Busick with the free kick. Half-back flank, centre down, centre wing position. Ruck set themselves. David Clark almost brought it down. Richard Healy is scruffed around the neck, and rightly so. Plays on very quickly, and well, that's a call from the umpire, but well, he's done the right thing. He's looked for distance. It's gone wide, but it's gone crooked. And Dean Thomas judges it very well and takes a very timely chest mark deep in defence for East Gambier. The fullback now lines him up, brings it again, favours this western side of the ground. Lazarus, well, he was badly spoilt then by David Clark. Great clash of bodies as the ball is run loose. Again, the clash of bodies is on, and this is what you expect in grand final football. McGuinness gives it to Harvey for South. They've gone forward again. Timmy Quill can't mark at all. Again, the big clash. David Millard takes the kick forward. Busick's still down on his knees. Gary Fox from the back, a magnificent mark. Well, that's one we will certainly have a look at on our Scott Noble World of Sport on Monday night. A magnificent mark from Gary Fox, marking almost between centre and centre half forward. Not bad for a half-back flanker. Out wide, Tim Quill's taken one. Well, Tim Quill now with an opportunity, and if I sound excited, well, that's probably because I lean a little bit South Gambier's way, but we will attempt to give you the most unbiased commentary that we can.
I'll do my best, Dave, anyway.
Good on you, Brian. But Tim Quill lines him up, and it's an absolute shocker, in fact, out on the full. No, well, it's registered. Could have almost been out of bounds on the full, but the goal umpire in the right position. A minor score again to South Gambier, so moving on to 1-3. East Gambier on 1-1, and the tension certainly right on in this 75 grand final.
Dean Thomas with the ball now will once again send the play down towards the centre half-back position. David Clark and Percy Badnock behind the ball there, but it's almost marked there, and the play will go the way of Sam McGuinness. And Sam McGuinness, the big South Gambier ruckman now with the ball on the half-forward flank. There's his kick looking in further, but he's gone astray once again as Johnny Shelton comes across for East Gambier and will mark that one. And as Dave said earlier, it's the big kick game that South should be playing. Brian Norman showed that one a while ago, the big kick. But here's Brian Animal in here this time. He's pulled off the ball holding the ball, says the umpire, and the free kick going the way of Percy Badnock. Almost on centre wing position as he looks down further afield to see Graham Brooksby directing the play out towards the centre of the ground, but it comes out towards the flank. Peter Ryan in front will mark, but the umpire says the ball is out of bounds and we'll have a throw in on the half-forward flank position for East Gambier.
Waiting for the boundary umpire now to put the ball back. Ruck set herself, McGuinness in there with Dawson, but it's Rex Harvey having an unusual run on the ball in the opening quarter for South. Richard Healy attempts a thumb away, back to Harvey. I don't think this bloke's ever shown so much pace. Swings it forward to Laurie Fox, cannot mark the ball. Gets a handball now, looking for but cannot find Jerry Lane. Bobby Smith's got the run of it now for South Gambier. Straightens him up, lines it back. That looks a goal from here. It is a goal. And there it is, goal number 2 to South Gambier. 2 goals for 3 to East Gambier's 1-1. And incidentally, Bob Smith has kicked 2 goals, 1 of it, Brian. So not a bad opening for a half-forward flanker. Certainly using all of his pace and skill in sending South Gambier forward.
Yes, and Bobby Smith has been a real good player for South Gambier all this year, and in this latter part of the season in particular, and a couple of good goals there so far in this game for Robert Smith. has given South certainly an advantage over there on that half-forward flank. Here's the umpire bouncing the ball once again at the centre of the ground. It's tapped away there by East Gambier, but it's pushed further afield by Percy Badnock. Brian Attleball in there for South. His kick is not real good, but finds Brian Norman. The hand pass goes to Rex Harvey. His kick up towards centre half-forward position finds it coming off hands to Dean Thomas. And a big clearing kick by Dean Thomas sends the ball down towards the centre, where it's Noel Doody calling very well there. Gets the mark. Quickly plays on, gets the ball down, looking for Robert Lawson. Peter Ryan in front, though, is the player who'll pick the ball up, and a little bit of a scuffle going on behind the play, but nothing to worry about. Noel Doody almost had a good mark on his hands. Percy Badnock, the player, though, gets the hand pass back to Doody. Doody quickly goes for a hand pass again, in towards the centre, finds David Clark. He's in trouble, he's quickly tagged by Rex Harvey. Noel Doody in there once again to pick up. His kick down towards the centre half forward finds Robert Sims for Gary Fox, it is rather, and Gary Fox for South Gambier is marked there almost at the centre half back position. His kick over towards the flank looking for and finding Brian Attleball, and Brian Attleball marking safely for South Gambier on their half back flank. Quickly gets his kick in now up towards the centre of the ground. Battle going on there, but it's John Shelton from behind, and he's had a great final series for East Gambier, has John Shelton. Here he is with his kick now down, looking towards the centre half forward position of Graham Brooksby. That player is almost marked, it will mark it, and Graham Brooksby there, who's going very well in the opening quarter here at Vansittart Park, has directs the play down, looking for Des Trotter. Trotter from behind, almost had it, comes off hands to ground. Trotter in there once again, but it's picked up.
Free kick
for Des Trotter there, and Des Trotter with a free kick now, certainly well within scoring distance, and Des Trotter at about the slightly forward of the centre half forward position, right in front of goal though, and he's going back now. Here he comes with his kick, a good kick it is too, straight, no worry about that one. 2 goals to Des Trotter, 2 goals to East Gambier, and once again it's 2 goals 3, 2 goals 1. South Gambier 2 goals 3, leading East Gambier 2 goals 1, and the goals kicked so far, it's only 2 goal kickers, Des Trotter for East Gambier, Robert Smith for South Gambier.
It's obvious to everybody just how much Des Trotter means to East Gambier, and a big performance from this fella could bring it out. Already the trainers on the ground with towels. A lot of mistakes being made from both sides. Mistakes only in as much as they are both sides that keen to get the ball out, crashing into each other. No mistake now as Noel Doody goes forward. Well, that's an unusual kick from Noel Doody. He's missed his pass. Des Trotter was on the long lead, but out of bounds again. And it's deep into this southwestern pocket here at Vansittart Park. We wait now on the boundary umpire to bring the ball back in again. South Gambier certainly haven't used what wind advantage they've got, but then they're not allowed to use it either, as Lawson gets a tap down, but it's Peter Ryan playing the last line of defence for South, but nobody around, as Graham Brooksby certainly asserting an influence at centre half forward for East Gambier. It's marked again, there's the left foot pass, it's out wide, Trotter's on the run, Trotter has marked it. When this bloke's on the run, nothing stops him, not even Robert Sims, whom Des Trotter considers to be the hardest fullback in the league to beat. He's beaten him again this time. And Trotter now from the usual 45-degree angle, some 35 metres out from goal. A chance for goal number 3 and the lead to East Gambier. Kicks on his way, the goal umpire's forced to have a good look at it. We'll wait on this goal. It's a minor one only. So it's 2 goals 2 to East Gambier. Still trailing South Gambier's 2 goals 3, and East are proving that breeze makes no difference to them. They want score on the board. They've got 100 minutes of football in this game. We've played something like about 18 or 19, so we've still got some 78 minutes at least left. As Robert says, Peter Ryan kicks out from full-back. Kicks it wide to this wing, and well marked Brian Norman. Very well marked, plays on quickly with a bad handball. Richard Healy gets away with it though. Cocks it high, it's come across the centre. Murray Maritana there for East. Went for the big fly, it wasn't on, could have almost been an infringement. Golobioshi's taken off. Jerry Lane in there for South. Everybody overruns the ball. There's a trip, and we'll go the way of Colin Black. The ruck rover, not happy with the way he received his treatment, and rightly so. It was a blatant trip. But there's a kick from Black and a good pass to again the only goal kicker that South Gambier have got in this opening stages, Robert Smith. He looks on quick with a short pass to Laurie Fox. He's marked this one. Fox well out in front of Dean Thomas. I sometimes feel that this player is a real catch and kick player. He's caught this one, and Laurie Fox from some, well, no more than 25 metres out from goal, near enough to point blank range for me. Lines him up there. Here's a kick on his way. It's a drop punt. Goal umpire has a good look. Off one behind. So another opportunity missed for South Gambier, but a golden opportunity for East Gambier to get the ball way back into their play as we wait on Dean Thomas now to bring this ball back. It's 2 goals for South Gambier, 2 goals to East Gambier. 2 points. Should not be much between these two sides all day. Again, Dean Thomas favours this western side of the ground. Can't do anything with it. Smith knocks it forward to Millick. Millick's hurried left foot kick. Well, it's gone out of bounds. I thought that it may have gone on the full, but the ball did drop short, and it's a boundary throw and will take place. One of the very few ones on this end of the ground with South Gambier deep into attack.
Here's the throw in now on the South Gambier half forward line. Lazarus and McGuinness up there, but it's Lazarus who gets the ball away from himself. Gets his kick in down here to find Percy Badnock on the half forward flank. Badnock's kick on further here, looking for Graham Brooksby. It's Jeff Arthur from behind though, who will get that mark. And Jeff Arthur, the centre half-back, who's moved over now. He's on about the half-back flank at the moment. But his big kick up towards the half-forward flank for his side finds Gary Lazarus once again in front for East Gambier. And Gary Lazarus now with the ball on the East Gambier half-back flank. Tells John Shelton to get out of the road and then gets a clear view to see what's going on down here. His kick still down towards Graham Brooksby. Almost marked by Peter Stringer, but went through his hands. Picked up by Jeff Arthur. He gets the hand pass to Brian Norman. Norman's in all sorts of trouble. Umpire says play on. Picked up here by South Gambier's Darryl Black. His big kick up towards the goal line. Goes out towards the pocket. It could be East Gambier in front
that
time.
one.
And we'll pay that mark to the player there would be David Millard. And David Millard in the back pocket area for East Gambier, who's having come into the East Gambier side pretty late in the season. But his kickers finds Darryl Black here. He goes forward once again, pushed away by Dean Thomas to David Millard. He's caught, but the ball gets away here to Rex Harvey. He tries to get a kick in, but the ball goes out of bounds right in that forward line area. East Gambier 2 goals 2, trailing South Gambier 2 goals 4. We've been playing 20 minutes in the first quarter. The game brought to you on the Channel 8 Sporting Service, First for Sport.
Boundary thrown, up high they go as McGuinness gets the knockdown, but nobody wants the ball. Gary Lazarus goes to ground, and then Laurie Fox that's seen close attendance. Umpire Ian Robertson will call for the bounce up. South with an opportunity from their scoring zone now. They're no more than 15 metres out from goal as the ball is bounced. Ruck set herself. McGuinness gets it back looking for Norman. From the behind was Bobby Smith, but East Gambier, they're giving nothing away. They attempt to fist the ball out. The umpire not satisfied. He'll call for the bounce up again. Jerry Lane very politely passes the ball back to Ian Robertson. Start the game again as he sends the ball down. Murray Merritt up high but can't get the knock from McGuinness. It's Brian Norman allowed to dummy around. Slings with the left foot. It's high into the air. One for the big leapers. Laurie Fox is in front. Dean Thomas, well done. Fisted away, finds Philip Scanlon. He clears with the right foot. Wide to this western wing. Richard Healy with the back. Well marked. Marked very well over the top of Percy Badnock. Healy looking to play on quickly. Again, the short pass is on from South Gambier. Poorly directed. Zig Golubioski marks easily. Plays on now. Takes it to their half-forward line. Again, poorly directed. Nobody wants it. Peter Barry is forced by sheer numbers to tap it to Badnock. He's got the long kick forward. A chance for Lawson. Couldn't trap the ball. Robert Sims is there. Ryan is there. It's a great battle goes on. And the safety way out, but not to be, as umpire Ian Robertson has found a free kick. Going the way of East Gambier Rover. Billy Downs, and Billy Downs from deep in the forward pocket, and what we all consider in the game of football to be the impossible angle. As you can see, he is outside the boundary line. He's a right foot kick. He's popped it up. It's given a chance to everybody. Who wants it? There's the mark. Graham Brooksby. What a tower of strength that this bloke has certainly set himself up to be. A player that, well, we certainly couldn't understand why East Gambier had named him 19th, but we now know why. He was swung into the side, was rather obvious, and he has now marked from point blank range, something like 4 metres out from goal. The kick from Graham Brooksby on his way. Goal umpire's quite content with it, and East Gambier have hit the front as they move along to 3 goals 2. South Gambier on 2 goals 4, just approaching the time-on period of this opening quarter. And what a great quarter of football. Anyone wants anything more for their money, Brian, well, they're in the wrong place.
No, great football here and great finals football, and we have seen it pretty consistently. And we saw it here a fortnight ago when these two teams clashed in the second semi-final, and certainly on today again. Not much between these two pretty good, talented football teams. Here's umpire Ian Robertson putting the ball on the ground once again. It's Roger Doody who gets the ball away. Donny Millick, though, intercepts it. He gets the hand pass out to Richard Healy. Healy's in all sorts of trouble, but gets out of it. Gets his kick in now as it goes up towards the forward line with David Clark waiting there for East Gambier, and he's marked safely once again in defence as he directs the ball out towards the half-forward flank over on the eastern side of the ground. But once again, it's East Gambier marking this time through their wingman Ian Wilson, and Wilson now with the ball on about the half-forward flank, sends the kick in towards centre half-forward. It's almost marked by Murray Marrett. He brings the ball down but can't quite control it there. Ball goes to ground players in there trying to get it out. Kicked out of the ruck by
Sam McGuinness,
but one behind only, and one behind too. Sam McGuinness takes the South Gambier score along now to 2-4 as they now trail East Gambier 3-2. And as David mentioned a while ago, we are now, I think, just in the time on period as Dean Thomas prepares to put the ball back into play. Has been directing play over towards the grandstand flank here at Vansittart Park. Will do so once again. His kick coming more in towards the centre of the ground. Comes off the hands of those players. Picked up quickly by Noel Doody. His play in there finds Peter Stringer in front for East Gambier, right in the very centre of the ground. Stringer's kicked down forward, looking for a player there. Finds that player too in down.
Well,
here's the hand pass, goes to Percy Badlock. Further hand pass to Peter Barry. East Gambier's been struck off the ball in towards the pocket. There's Des Trotter. No, he hasn't played it, I don't think. Yes, he has. Let the play it.
Surely.
Des Trotter there. That was a good passage of play. Almost come unstuck, but Des Trotter there with those hands up in the air once again. And he's on an angle this time, but firstly right in front of goal. And Des Trotter now with a chance to kick his third goal and East Gambier's fourth goal right in the time on period here of the first set of the grand final at Vansittart Park. There's the kick. Looks pretty good, I think. Yes. Goal number 3 to Des Trotter, goal number 4 to East Gambier. They go along to 4-2, leading South Gambier 2-5, and quite a handy lead if East Gambier can maintain this through to the end of the first term.
Well, Brian, I think everyone probably thinking the same, that East need to get a break on the board because they will slow down in the finish. Grand finals are never won and lost until that final siren. I've predicted a close one, and I think everybody in their right mind would have to predict the same. I'm certainly not going to say that East will slow down. I'm going to say right now that South Gambier are looking down the barrel as they trail by almost 2 goals. And again, Gary Lazarus sends East Gambier forward. It's a floating old punt kick, but it's made ground, and it's all East Gambier. Brooksby takes it off hands, but the ball is smothered this time. It comes across to Gary Foxley, half-back for South. Brings it out wide. Bobby Smith traps the ball. Breaks away now. He looks for distance again, but there's no one in front. It's David Millard coming well out in front of Rex Harvey. Has marked quite safely. Again, East Gambier favour this western side of the boundary. Well, Noel Dirty forced to attempt a one-handed mark. Tried to trap the ball, but cannot do so. Boundary throw will take place virtually on the true centre wing position. The big guns not firing in this opening quarter for South Gambier, and the lesser lights for East are certainly carrying the game on. McGuinness gets a knock, but Badnock throws it forward to Doody. Doody to David Clark. David Clark loves Saturday football. Takes it forward. Peter Ryan playing, well, sound offensive football, but it's Peter Barry holding the ball. No play-ons are called from the umpire. Gary Fox in there for South. Can't trap the ball. Well taken off. Well, it couldn't have been well taken off. The umpire's played the free kick. But I thought it was a pretty good hip and shoulder, but not to be. As Gary Fox, the half-back flanker for South Gambier, takes a free kick. From centre half-back, drives it to the half-forward flank. John Shelton is pushed into the ball. Marks quite comfortably. And as Brian has said, a great final series from this player. Well, it's not the best of looking kicks, but it's almost found Peter Barry. Brian Adderville in there for South Gambier. Takes the one behind the ear, which doesn't even flinch about it. And again, the ball crosses the boundary line. True centre wing position. 4-2 East Gambier. South Gambier, 2-5. Something like 28 minutes gone into this opening quarter, the 75 grand final. And it's the sort of football we expect. As Roger Doody throws it on the foot, play-ons are cool. Millick gets it back to Roger Doody. Pushed in the back, was quite obvious. And Doody will take the free kick just on the defensive side of centre wing. Looks for the big drop punt. It's high into the air. Puts it up for all comers. Jeff Arthur up from the back. A great mark. Marked very well, the big tall centre half back. But he's been beaten already in this opening quarter as Graham Brooksby has really set up an avenue of attack for East Gambier. But Arthur's long kick. And Golubioski, the player that was named in the centre. Well called umpire. He did play on. As they set herself up again, and Brooksby wisely knocks the ball over the top of the head, looking for downs, couldn't find that player. It's on the ground and it's anybody's ball, and anybody is in there looking for it too. But it's east through Percy Badnock. Jeff Arthur traps it. The long handball to Don Millick, but this player's under pressure, drops the ball, can't do anything with it at all, lays on top of it, holding the ball, could have almost won the decision. but umpire Robinson will call with the bounce up. Centre wing position. East 4-2, and there we have it. The siren sounds. The end of the opening quarter. 4 goals to East Gambier. South Gambier 2 goals 5. A tremendous opening to the 75 grand final, being brought to you on the Channel 8 Sporting Service. First for Sport, and your commentators Brian Hennessy and Dave Gill, with the Caldex scoreboard showing, I repeat, 4-2 to East Gambier, 2-5 South.
Beautiful.
Channel 8 Sporting Service about to bring you the second quarter of the 75 grand final at Vansittart Park. East Gambier versus South Gambier. At quarter time, East Gambier 4 goals 2, hold a 9-point advantage over South Gambier 2 goals 5. The opening being delayed as we find a South Gambier player in all sorts of bother in the centre of the ground. 2 trainers in attendance. So a couple of pretty shrewd blokes too looking after him in one David Walker. And I can't quite put down the bloke.
Warren Bird.
There's Terry Sims it was who was having trouble. He's on his feet now, the back pocket player. Doesn't look too bright at all. As you can see there, he's being assisted along the ground by Warren Bird, as Brian informs us. Thank you very much, Brian. But Terry Sims, well, could be a drawback for South Gambier as he goes deep into the back pocket. Umpire Ian Robinson signifies that he's quite content to get the game under the way. And here we have it, the second quarter. East Gambier, a slight breeze at their back. But it's South Gambier go forward through the knock from Tim Quill. Brian Norman traps a feather, stops one for his corner. And he certainly knows that he's earned this free kick. But the first free kick going the way of Brian Norman, the South Gambier centre man. There's the drop kick on its way. It's high into the air. Who wants the ball? Nobody except East Gambier, and it's well marked on the last line of defence by Murray Merritt, who has made tremendous pace to go from the opening bounce to the last line of defence for East Gambier. His kick is out where Perth Badnock marks very well on the half-back flank. He swings East Gambier forward, favouring that eastern boundary. The run of the ball is on to Noel Dirty, and he's got yards ahead of his opponents. There's almost a kick up the field, not to be paid. Oh, over the top, high came Peter Barry. But it's still East Gambier through Billy Downs. But down on the ground goes the ball. Nobody can do much with it. Terry Sims is pushed off by Gary Lazarus. He in turn is pushed off. Nobody can do much with the ball at all. Umpire has found a free kick, has he? Has he or hasn't he? Yes, he has. He's found a free kick. Looks like Gary Lazarus is going to take it. Must have been a little bit of close attention going on while both players were laying on the ground. But Gary Lazarus, the East Gambier captain and coach, leading his side in his 5th consecutive grand final, has an opportunity to post a score on the board for East, deep in the forward pocket. He lines them up from some 50 metres out from goal. There's a tremendous torpedo punt. Well, I'll say it's tremendous while I'm still trying to think what it was. It's through the goals, and it's goal number 5 on the board to East Gambier, and a very handy one too. Captain coach Gary Lazarus, 5 goals 2, leading South Gambier 2 goals 5. South, the real red-hot favourites to win this, their 2nd consecutive grand final. East Gambier, with second thoughts about that, have certainly poured the power on right now, and this way goes anyway. And we are very fortunate that we at Channel 8 are in a position to bring it to you.
Here's umpire Ian Robertson now back at the centre of the ground to get them underway once again. East Gambier 5 goals 2, South 2 goals 5 as he puts the ball on the ground once again. Up go the ruckman Tim Quill, and Quill gets the ball tapped away, but it's East Gambier going forward once again. Noel Doody out there, he picks the ball up and can't quite get rid of the ball. It's on the ground in between the players. South Gambier coming through there through Robert Sims.
Free kick.
And the free kick from by umpire Robertson going the way of South Gambier, and the player who take the kick will be Richard Healy, the South Gambier player over there with the ball now on their virtually on their half-back flank. He directs play in towards the centre of the ground. It's Darryl Black coming through, Jerry Lane rather, the hand pass out to Gary Fox. Fox goes for the bounce, but he could be in trouble here, still playing the ball on. He gets out of it, gets the hand pass back to Richard to Wilson. Wilson now looks goalwards, gets his kicking down towards the forward line, but it's player goes to ground, couldn't quite pick it up. Picked up though by East Gambier's defence there in Dean Thomas. The kick across the goal line to where Robert Smith is in there for South Gambier, but he's in all sorts of trouble. Does pick the ball up, can't get a boot to it. Will get the penalised for holding the ball. Says free kick. Pushing the back, he says. Pushing the back. And the free kick going the way of Robert Smith. South Gambier's only goal kicker at the moment, and he's certainly within scoring distance once again. There's his kick. Looks pretty good too, I think. No goal umpire didn't move. And it's goal number 3 to Robert Smith. Goal number 3 to South Gambier. They go along to 3 goals 5, trailing East Gambier 5 goals too.
Well, what an unusual set of circumstances, Brian, to find that some 5 or 6 minutes into the second quarter and South Gambier only have one goal kicker. East Gambier have 3 of them, but Des Trotter's got 3 of those too out of the East Gambier's 5. 5 goals to East Gambier, 3 goals, 5 South Gambier. Probably the best bounce up of the lot as Murray Merritt thumps the ball away to an under-10 Graham Brooksby. A tower of strength again at centre-half forward. Centre forward, Peter Barry, well read. Peter Barry dropping right back behind his opponent in Brian Attawell has marked this ball easily on the chest. A left foot, half-forward flanker. One of the only specialist half-forward flankers in this Western Border League. Lines him up now from no more than 25 metres out. He's on the wrong foot if you look that way. In fact, look at the ball come back. Nothing wrong with that wrong foot as Peter Barry popped through his first goal, and probably the first one in 1975 to Peter Barry too, Brian, as he's had a big long rest in the seconds competition after returning from a season with the Coongarong Football Club in the Mid-South East League, but he's popped goal number 6 on the board for East Gambier.
Yes, and a good goal of Peter Barry, and as you said, a specialist half-forward flanker, and he's played that position for many, many years. Had a coaching stint of playing a few seasons in the Mid-SE League for Coongarong, back this year, but has played all his football this year in the reserves and come back into the senior side for this vital grand final. But here's South Gambier going forward at the moment, only to find the East Gambier defence in there through Johnny Shelton pretty strong. Johnny Shelton will get the free kick right on the edge of the square and drive East Gambier in attack once again. The ball being relayed back to him by Roman Ducic, and Johnny Shelton now with the ball at the half-back flank position up towards the centre, looking for Graham Brooksby, and finds that player, and he's certainly giving Jeff Arthur a run for his money today as the big kick goes up towards the forward line. It's a good mark from Robert Sims from behind there, and a well-judged mark behind Des Trotter there. Robert Sims now with the ball. He'll send play back down towards the centre of the ground. Murray Merritt lurking behind, looks for danger. Couldn't quite hold the ball. Roger Doody, though, he couldn't pick it up. Jeff Arthur does. He's tackled from all sides, gets the free kick, and Jeff Arthur with the free kick now right at the edge of the square here as he sends the play over towards the half-forward flank, but it's Zig Dolobioski for East Gambier in front of Rex Harvey. He marks quickly, plays on, drives the ball up there towards their forward line. It's over the head of Terry Sims, but he recovers. Tackled by Peter Stringer, goes to ground, and the free kick going the way of Terry Sims. Tackled but not in possession, and Terry Sims on the half-back flank for South Gambier now, looking down further afield here to see where anybody can lead for him or where he can find a player to kick to. Up here where it's Quillan Marrett, ball pushed away by Marrett. Philip Scanlon tries to get it before it goes out of bounds, but wasn't quite successful. The ball out of bounds on the East Gambier half-forward flank position.
6 goals to East Gambier, 3 goals, 5 South Gambier. Both sides finding scores hard to come by right now as Lazarus from the front taps the ball down to Peter Stringer, but it's Noel Dirty attempts to knock along the ground to Philip Scanlon. Scanlon hooks it back out to Dirty, has the ball smothered by Brian Norman. It's a loose ball. Richard Healy's got the most pace, dummies a handball, runs into Roger Dirty, maintains control of the ball, gets away very well. Top class football, Richard Healy, but it's to no avail as David Clark stands underneath it. He appreciates the fact that he can really turn the power on and the pressure on for East Gambier and sends them forward now from the half-back flank. That's a good-looking torpedo punt kick. There's a big pack underneath it as Lazarus attempts to knock away. Again it's Healy, but he can't do anything with the ball. Bad knocked up Downs. Downs is well tackled by Terry Sims. Trotter's got first run. Shakes off one tackle, hooks the ball back goalwards. This looks pretty good. You can't get much better. Yes, you can. No, you can't. You can't get any better than that goal from Des Trotter as he posts goal number 4 and goal number 7 to East Gambier as they move along now to 7 goals to leading South Gambier, 3 goals, 5. Only 7 minutes gone in this second quarter. Already South Gambier are looking down the barrel. The runners are out, the trainers are out, and the umpire won't have much to do with any of it. It's Jerry Lane getting very worried. They can't afford to give East Gambier a start because they'll find something under their belt from the knockdown of Sam McGuinness. Brian Norman tears away for centre for South Gambier. That's a big long kick, that's a free kick, must go to Laurie Fox. Umpire blowing the whistle well before the ball got there. Victim of circumstances, Dean Thomas, because the ball had carried too far for him. He turned to attempt to run the same way as the ball. Laurie Fox was right behind him. Thomas has run into it. The free kick had to be on. But as I say, a victim of circumstances as Laurie Fox lines him up from 3 metres out from goal. Point blank range. The goal umpire's run a long way. He's missed it. He's missed it. And it's a behind only to the South Gambier full forward. In fact, his second bad miss as South go along to 3 goals 6. And bad kicking is bad football and something South Gambier can ill afford. They've had 9 scoring shots, 3 goals 6. East have had 9 scoring shots, 7 goals 2, and East lead by 20 points at this 10-minute mark of the second quarter. The game being brought to you on the Channel 8 Sporting Service. First for sport.
From the kick in here, Dean Thomas's kick in goes towards the centre of the ground, but from behind as Ian Wilson almost brought it down, the ball tapped on ahead, picked up by Colin Black. His kick out here going wide on the boundary will go out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in on the South Gambier half forward flank. Well, a bad miss there by Laurie Fox, as Dave told you. Certainly bad kicking, bad football, and we've seen it at the moment from South Gambier. And when you look around and see Des Trotter's kicked 4 goals already at this stage, the difference between these two teams at the moment. With the ball from the throw-in being forced back once again to be out of bounds on the half-forward flank, as the boundary umpire with the ball now prepares to send them back into play once again. The ruckman there, Quill and Marrett. It's no one gets much advantage out of that one. The ball picked up there by Darryl Black. He couldn't clear it. Neither can Zig Golobiowski. Ball on the ground. Everybody in there trying to pick it up. Colin Black gets the hand passed out. Ian Wilson couldn't take it. Ball goes to ground. Wilson in there again trying to get it. At last he comes out, picks the ball up, doesn't know where to go. Gets his kick almost, well, for no one in particular, but John Shelton was there. He picks the ball up, sends the play back up there, but it's Jeff Arthur for South Gambier, this time right in the position at the right time, and Jeff Arthur is marked safely in defence there for South Gambier at about their centre half back position. Looks further down the field. Here's his kick now, coming out towards the grandstand flank a little bit. Players setting themselves, are pushing the back there, goes the way of Ian Wilson, and Lane, it is Jerry Lane. Yes, Jerry Lane receiving the push in the back there, quickly spotted by umpire Ian Robertson, and Jerry Lane now the South Gambier captain coach, a player we haven't seen a great deal of so far in this game. Has the ball now on the centre wing position. Here's his kick down towards the forward line. Players go up in the air. No one can bring it down. Picked up though by Rex Harvey. Harvey goes goal, and a shocking kick by Harvey too. Right to Laurie Fox. Don Millick it is. And Millick, I called it as Laurie Fox, but it was Donnie Millick who whipped in there very quickly, picked that ball up and posted a very valuable and timely goal for South Gambier. It's only their 4th goal. They go along to 4 goals 6, trailing East Gambier 7 goals 2 at about the something like the 12-minute mark of the second quarter of this 75 grand final.
14 points of difference as umpire Ian Robertson has the ball back already. Very keen to get on with the game. South certainly needing goals on the board. East have got the slightest of breeze behind their back right now. McGuinness gets a knock away. David Clark fisted away, but Rex Harvey intercepts. Gets a hurried left foot kick. Bob Smith can't read the ball at all. Nobody can right now. Brian Norman makes front position. He gets a long handball out looking for to Richard Healy, but the bounce almost eluded that player. Back to Brian Norman. Forced to dummy around, a handball to McGuinness. Steadies, takes the long kick. Up high, Tim Quill, front position, well marked. Tim Quill, 8 metres out from goal. Point blank range, an opportunity for South Gambier to get right back into it. Everything going the way that a grand final should go. A goal to one, a goal to the other. A slight lead is nothing in a grand final as Tim Quill lines them up. Kicks on his way, goal umpire's moved across slightly, but it's near enough. A goal to Tim Quill to bring up goal number 5 to South Gambier, and they cut the deficit now to 8 points as they move along to 5 goals 6, still trailing East Gambier 7 goals 2, and certainly a lot of football left out there yet. Brian, this breeze that we both mentioned early in the opening stages of this call, certainly not playing any part in this game whatsoever.
No, I think the breeze ball coming across the ground, perhaps favouring slightly the northern end, but certainly not having any effect on it. We've seen scoring at both ends of the ground as umpire Robertson puts the ball on ground once again. Comes the way of Jeff Arthur. He was slow picking it up. Got the hand pass away eventually, but it's picked up there by Peter Stringer. He quickly turns, goes up there looking for a player there, but it's Brian Attawell from behind. A good solid defender for South Gambier. Brian Attawell at about the centre half back position. Directs play once again down towards the centre of the ground, over the heads of everybody there. Gary Lasseris is in there. He loses possession of the ball, drops it on the ground, picked up there by Philip Scanlon. He can't do much with it. Brian Norman gets a kick off the ground, over towards their half forward flank it goes. Norman leading the race for the ball, but Roger Doody chips in also, and the ball will go out of bounds. We'll have a throw in once again on the South Gambier right half forward flank position. Here's the boundary umpire now preparing to throw the ball in once again. McGuinness and Lasseris contested. Comes away of Brian Norman. He puts boot the ball down to their forward line. Murray Merritt in front, can't pick it up. Picked up there now by Colin Black. Out to Tim Quill. Quill tries to hook it back into play, smothered by Murray Merritt. Once again, the ball going out of bounds on the South Gambier half-forward flank. South Gambier 5-6, trailing East Gambier 7 goals, 8 points the difference at the moment. About halfway through the second quarter of the grand final as the boundary umpire throws the ball back into play once again. It comes to ground, picked up here by Noel Doody. He quickly gets out of the pack. Big kick up towards the centre of the ground, goes over those players' heads. Gary Fox in front, ready for the ball. Terry Sims bobs in, gets the hand pass to Jeff Arthur. He's in all sorts of trouble though as he's tagged from all sides. Loses possession. It's Brian Animal in there trying to pick it up, but the free kick goes the way of East Gambier through Peter Stringer. Stringer quickly picks up, goes forward, but it's picked up there by Peter Ryan, and Ryan in the back pocket for South Gambier sends play up towards their half-back flank. Richard Healy was up high in the air. The free kick
Peter Barry.
Going the way of Peter Barry. A mark it is to Peter Barry on their half-forward flank. And Peter Barry now, who's I think switched around those flanks. He was on this flank earlier in the quarter, but here he's kicked now in towards the forward line, but no one there for East Gambier. Only Sam McGuinness for South Gambier, and Sam McGuinness now will send play back right across goal here towards their half-forward flank. Finds Ian Wilson coming down from centre wing. Wilson now with the ball at their South Gambier half-back flank position. Looks further downfield to where Jerry Lane is. Ball going over that player's head as Darryl Black. Jerry Lane up there, no one can bring it down. Peter Stringer in there for East Gambier. He can't pick it up. Jerry Lane's got the ball underneath him. Umpire says he
holding the ball, nothing.
Holding the ball. Umpire says Jerry Lane was over the ball, and Jerry Lane made sure it was there, but it was free kick going away. Picks it up. Goal as he's hotly pursued by Gary Lazarus. His kick is astray, goes out towards the forward pocket line. Laurie Fox in there. He can't do much with it. And it's now picked up by, goes towards the boundary line. Too far for East Gambier to pick it up. And once again, we'll have the throw in on their forward pocket area. A lot of pressure out there, Dave.
Brian, what football and what a treat for the huge crowd that is in attendance here this afternoon. It's a battle to even keep up with them as both these sides move the ball from one end of the ground to the other. And it's just as well that we have got a boundary line there, because it does not only give players a break, it gives us all a break. Again, we wait now on this boundary throwing to take place. East 7-2, South 5-6. There's only 8 points in it as the ruckman set themselves again as Tim Quill brings it down, but it's East Gambier one at the most. Darryl Black stands his ground. Nobody can do much with it. Umpire Ian Robinson not satisfied that both sides were trying. Calls for the bounce up. Half forward right position. It's on this western side of the ground with South kicking to the Park Hotel Inn. Up high Murray Merritt. Down on the ground again. Nobody can do anything with it. The umpire's found a push in the back, and I'm convinced in my own mind already that he's finding these free kicks to open the game up. It goes away of Roman Bucic, the centre half back for East. A good kick brings it well down. David Clark, almost brought down a beauty, but wasn't to be. Brian Norman's got front run. Runs into big trouble. Taken right off the ball. John Shelton. Great defensive football from this player. Billy Downs has trapped it for East. Swings around now with the right foot. Cocks it high in the air. It's out looking for the big ruckman Lawson. It's over the top of all comers. It's Des Trotter. Richard Healy. Des Trotter maintains first run at it. Handballs over the head to Percy Badnock. He's got a clear run. He's pulled his kick, but it's Graham Brooksby. A run around he's given Jeff Arthur. A disgusted Jeff Arthur, but it's no good being disgusted. He's got to play football. And Graham Brooksby, a great power point for East Gambier in this opening quarter and a half of this game, has really got himself in a position now that he can kick East Gambier away to a 14-point lead. He's got no more than 20 metres out from goal. It's Jerry Lane standing the mark. There's the left foot kick. The goal umpire never moved as Brooksby pops through his second goal. Goal number 8, East Gambier. 8 goals 2. South 5 goals 6. South's definitely worried, Brian. Jerry Lane forced onto the ball. Colin Black playing at centre half forward, but they've got to find a little bit more from all round the ground, particularly from this half back line that is virtually non-existent for South Gambier right now.
No, the half back line in real trouble, and mainly due to the play of players like Graham Brooksby, who come into this team. He's been in and out of the East Gambier side all year, but he's certainly a power point at the moment. As Sam McGuinness tries to take the ball forward, it is Noel Doody. He gathers it in for East Gambier. Once again, it's Peter Ryan up there for South Gambier, and Peter Ryan in their back pocket once again saves another East Gambier attacking move. Here's his kick down towards the half-back flank along the scoreboard side of the ground. Ball comes to ground. No one can pick it up at the moment. South Gambier in there. They pick it up through Donny Billing. Go forward.
Kick upfield.
Kick upfield, says the umpire, as Billing was pushed after the disposal, and the free kick will be taken over there on the half-forward flank position. Player there would be Darryl Black, I think it is, with the ball there at the moment. Jerry Lane, their captain coach, with the ball. Jerry Lane moved onto the ball in this halfway through this second quarter here. He sends the ball down, finds Donny Millick there almost at centre wing position. Millick goes for a short pass up further, finds Richard Healy there. Healy now will look further afield. Ian Wilson makes the move from the centre. The kick will go further afield down towards centre half forward. Roman Butic almost had it in his hands, picked up by Gary Lazarus. His clearing kick finds Peter Stringer going to ground, picked up though by Roger Doody. Roger Doody goes towards the half forward flank over the heads of the players there. Des Trotter right in possession. Trotter quickly picks it up, goes goalwards, but it's gone astray. Out on the full. Well, Des Trotter was under a fair bit of pressure.
Brian. The boundary umpire's undecided.
Yes, the goal umpire won't... no, the goal umpire waved it that way. The boundary umpire couldn't do it. He should rush in.
Real indecision, Brian.
Indecision. Of course, the boundary umpire was out of position. The goal umpire says it was out of bounds. But, of course, the boundary umpire wasn't there, so Peter Ryan will have the kick in from that back pocket area. Jeff Arthur in front, couldn't bring it down. Tries to go again, held by Gary Lazarus, was not in possession. Jeff Arthur will take the free kick on the half-back flank for South Gambier. Looks further
Jeff Arthur's getting kicks, Brian, too, is from free kicks as he sends it down to the centre wing. Colin Blake misjudged it. David Clark, another one that we did predict, is a player that East Gambier really needed. He's turning it on as he passes to Percy Badnock. East Gambier being allowed to run at random as they send the ball forward again, out deep to the pocket, looking for a finding, Des Trotter. Very well marked. A chest mark where most players wouldn't have even been sighted with the ball. And Des Trotter now from some 40 metres out on the acutest of angles. But make no mistake, this bloke's not the top goal kicker in this Western Border League for no reason at all. Lines him up now. There's the drop punt on its way. Goal umpire never moved very much at all. There's the reason why. Goal number 5, Des Trotter. Goal number, what have we got? 9 on the board to East Gambier. 8. 9. Goal number 9, that's right. 9 goals 2. Leading South Gambier 5 goals 6. 20 minutes gone in the second quarter. The game being brought to you on the Channel 8 Sporting Service. First for Sport.
Ball comes back to the centre of the ground now to umpire Ian Robertson. 20-point margin favouring East Gambier at the moment as we're now at the 20-minute mark, just past the 20-minute mark, as umpire Ian Robertson from the VFL top panel sends the ball on the ground. Tim Quill pushed the ball over there, but it's East Gambier. Now Brian Norman chips in, trying to get the ball to Richard Healy. He can't pick it up. It's East Gambier picking it up through Graham Brooksby. Their kick up. His kick finds Peter Stringer. Peter Stringer virtually almost up to the centre half forward position now. His kick up forward. We'll be looking for Des Trotter, but it's almost got a one hand to it. Couldn't quite bring it down. Picked up by the back pocket player for South Gambier, Terry Sims. He gets a clearing kick out here towards the half-back flank. Ian Wilson couldn't bring it down. Philip Scanlon in there battling for East Gambier. It's picked up though by Gary Fox. His kick was along the ground. Noel Doody in there for East Gambier. He turns, gets a kick in now. Shocking kick once again goes the way of Ian Wilson, and Ian Wilson will mark there on the half-back flank for South Gambier. Kick down right here towards the centre wing, almost over on the boundary line. It could be, I think, and the ball will be out on the full. Kick in by David Clark. David Clark right on the centre wing position, right in front of the grandstand here at this magnificent spectacle at Vansittart Park at the moment. Great game of football, big crowd, wonderful colour as David Clark sends the ball in towards the centre, pushed away by Richard Healy. Murray Merritt has to have a second grab to gather it in, get his kick back. Comes the way of Peter Barry. He overruns the ball. Brian Attawell in there. There's Peter Barry who almost a push in the back there to Peter Barry, but he gets the ball away as the umpire comes in, says he'll bounce the ball right in the half-forward flank. The left half forward flank position for East Gambier. Scores East Gambier 9 goals 2, South Gambier 5 goals 6. There's the ball on the ground once again. Tim Quillett is all by himself at the moment, gets the pass away, couldn't be picked up though by Brian Attleball. Peter Stringer picks it up, he's got nowhere to go as he's tagged from all sides. Tim Quill on him, and the ball goes out of bounds. Once again a throw in on the South Gambier, or the East Gambier half forward flank position.
Well, here we all thought the South Gambier would have the run in their legs and East wouldn't, but it's East doing all the running right now as they move along on their 9 goals 2, leading South Gambier 5 goals 6, 20 points of differences. We've played something like about 23 minutes. It's going to be more than 20, but Billy Downs has made a bad mistake as he hooks the ball well out of bounds on the full, and again Peter Ryan will take the kick in for South Gambier. Elects to play on, he's allowed to do so. Gets along to Graham Brooksbury, unopposed at centre half forward, brings it down to Downs. He can't do anything at all with the ball. Players are scratching and reaching and doing everything, but as Brooksbury again gets it onto the right foot, Millick stands underneath him for South Gambier. A timely mark. They're flustered already, South Gambier, as Millick plays on, swings it wide to this western wing. Sam McGuinness, a great mark, will be played in front of Gary Lazarus. Sam had first grab, Gary had second. You get the ball yourself if you want it, as Millick passes it back to Sam McGuinness. Don't get any false pretensions about it. They've got great admiration for each other, these two players. In fact, look at that for admiration. McGuinness kicked it to Lazarus. He's hooked it back. He's gone goalwards. It's over the top, and Peter Ryan again marks for South Gambier. Great defensive football from this player, but there's no well. Fancy saying something nice about a bloke, and he kicks it out of bounds on the full. The free kick will go the way of Roger Doody, a pretty long kicker of the ball, and Doody is no more than 60 metres out from goal. This will certainly put East Gambier right into an attacking position. 20 points of difference, time on, as Doody's drop kick goes deep, and there's the big mark is on. Nobody can pull it down. Trotter handballs over the head. The umpire's gone in there, and he's playing the free kick. Yes, he's playing the mark to Des Trotter. Well, there you are. Even Des Trotter didn't know he had it because he elected to play on with a handball. But certainly very quick to accept the opportunity from umpire Robinson. And Des Trotter now, 25 metres. You can see the boundary line. There's a short pass to Gary Lazarus. Well done, Des Trotter. Very lax South Gambier, and well led Gary Lazarus. As Lazarus now from virtually point blank range and still no more than 30 metres out from goal has the opportunity to put goal number 10 on the board. They're already enjoying a 20-point margin in the time on period of the second quarter as Gary Lazarus lines them up, kicks on its way. It's curling, but it's not going to curl nowhere near enough. It's not going to make the distance. The big pack's up. Play-on's a call from the umpire. Who wants it the most? Nobody. Umpire Robinson wants it, does he? And we'll call for the bounce up right on the last line of defence. There's no more than a metre out from goal, as you can see there on your screen. Umpire Robinson sets it away. Rucks go up, it's brought down. Rex Harvey's in there for South, but the boundary line, always the safest way up, wins again on this occasion as the Rucks set theirself. It's desperate South Gambier looking down the barrel. Tim Quill gets a knock, but it's East want the ball a little bit more. And what's happened again? Well, it's the sort of pressure that we are expecting in grand finals football. The bounce will take place again. Umpire Robinson not prepared to let anybody do the wrong thing. Really keeping strict control as Gary Lazarus breaks clear. Hooks it back over the shoulder. Des Trotter from the front. But Peter Ryan playing from the back forces the ball across the line. A minor score to East Gambier. We'll put that one down to that fellow Rushed, seeing that he hasn't got in on the act as yet. And 9 goals for East Gambier. It's still 5 goals 6 to South Gambier.
Peter Ryan now with the ball. He's kicking out for South Gambier. His kick down towards the half-forward, half-back line for East, pushed away by East, up there towards Doody. He pushes it further afield. No one can pick it up. It's Gary Fox comes through, but Terry Sims will get the free kick on the half-back flank for South Gambier. Just looking back there, Peter Ryan had that kick out back there now.
He's done it all the first quarter too, Brian.
Did he? Oh, apparently Robert Sims may have been in some trouble, but the pass here going the way of Percy Badnock, and Percy Badnock with the ball right at the centre half forward position, driving East Gambier in it forward once again. Here's his kick right up into the goal square, over the heads of the pack. No, they couldn't force down in front of him. It's Doody there. He tries to get the hand pass away. Couldn't quite do it away. Peter Stringer in there for East Gambier, trying to pick it up. Can't do it. All players in there. On the ground is Robert Sims. But it's desperation there as South Gambier trying to keep out this very determined East Gambier side. 9 goals, 3 East Gambier, 5 goals, 6 South Gambier. We've been playing about 2 minutes of time on. Peter Stringer with the ball, turns, tries to get away. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Billy Downs. He snaps towards the goals, goes across goal. Peter Ryan in front, couldn't quite mark it. He tries to clear it away, picked up now by Richard Healy. Healy goes down that flank. He's in trouble too as he slipped on the ground, but it's Healy getting his kick down further afield. Picked up there now by a teammate in Brian Attawell. Attawell goes forward up towards the centre of the ground. Gary Lazarus in there for East Gambier. He overruns the ball. Jeff Arthur for South Gambier. He picks it up. Nowhere to go. Gets a hand pass back. Don't know where it was meant to go there, but that's where it finished up. Brian Attawell up to Darryl Black. Darryl Black forward up towards their centre half forward position, but it's Golobiowski for East Gambier. Clears the ball back up towards the centre of the ground. Doody in front couldn't quite pick it up. He goes to ground and will get the free kick for it. Trip says umpire Ian Robertson. Roger Doody with the ball now in the centre of the ground. Quickly plays on out towards the half forward flank. Finds Peter Barry over there all by himself. Barry directs the ball in towards the centre to Trotter. Trotter was taken off the ball a little bit there, but it's picked up by South Gambier. They try to clear the ball away. Round the neck says umpire Robertson to Don Millick. Millick's getting out towards the ball by himself. He goes for 1 bounce, 2 bounces. Can't have any more because Graham Brooksby's there. His kick down towards the half forward flank for South Gambier. Pushed away by Murray Merritt towards the boundary line. And once again we'll have a throw in here at this time on the South Gambier forward line. Is the boundary umpire now with the ball preparing to throw it back into play once again. East Gambier 9-3, South Gambier 5-6 as the boundary umpire puts the ball back into play. Tim Quill gathers it in, turns, gets his kick in towards the forward line. A lot of players up there. Free kick going the way of Murray Merritt this time. And Murray Merritt will take the free kick at about the centre half back position for East Gambier at the moment. East Gambier looking pretty good at the moment, and South Gambier once again Jerry Lane has called a runner out there and in conference with him as Merritt directs the ball up towards the centre. Comes the way of Graham Brooksby. He picks it on, got a bit of pace at him at last. His kick up towards full forward area over the head of Bobby Lawson, picked up by Billy Downs. He goes goal and slams it right through. Billy Downs a goal. East Gambier 1 more goal, and that takes East Gambier now into double figures as they go to 10 goals, 3 leading South Gambier, 5 goals, 6.
30 minutes gone in this second and very vital quarter of football here in this 75 grand final. South Gambier are certainly not looking like a premiership side whatsoever. It was predicted during the week, not by me of course, but it was predicted during the week that South would win by a close margin or East would win by plenty. Right now East looking real good on 10 goals, 3, 63, leading South 5 goals, 6, 36. My arithmetic makes that 27 points the margin, which is 4 goals plus, as we find the change has already been made.
Robert Sims
has been thrown to the forward lines for South Gambier, but right now the action's back in the middle. Nobody can do anything with the ball. Umpire Robertson will call for yet another bounce up. The siren only a matter of seconds away from their big long time interval as Sam McGuinness goes up high, gets the knock down. Nobody from South can do much with it. Gary Lazarus says thank you, sends East Gambier forward again. Gary Fox front position, a timely mark, and boy oh boy, South really need it too. They're being beaten everywhere as Gary Fox again elects to go for the short pass. Rex Harvey too slow to do anything with the ball. Gary Lazarus swings in again. An unattended Brooksby again, but he's fumbled this one. Plenty of time to recover. Swings it high with the left foot. Peter Stringer's underneath it, and he's marked it. Well done, Peter Stringer. This half-forward line of East Gambier cutting South to pieces. The half-back line of East Gambier not allowing South Gambier a kick as Peter Stringer lines them up 40 metres out. The ball's curling. It's not going to come back enough. Des Trotter again. What an excitement to watch this bloke even play football as Trotter plucks out another great casual mark. Has 5 goals, 1 on the board already. Would certainly make 6 goals as he has no more than 4 metres to kick for goal. Pushed onto the ankle, walks in casually, drops the ball on the front ring in this third quarter, and coming to attack now through Brian Norman. He sent the ball down, but Dean Norman playing a grand goal. That fullback for East Gambier this afternoon has played comfortably. Will Bradley needs to side the ground. There it is, high in the air. That's getting themselves Murray Merritt to the bank with his off hand. Don Millick. He gets a long handball, but Murray Merritt intercepts. Again the handball, poorly directed, and it's been the case in this game so far. There is so much pressure applied to these two sides.
good championship when you can kick 14 goals straight. We're over halfway through the third quarter. It's Dean Thomas now prepared once again to put the ball back in the play. The rest of the game over towards this grandstand, sunk in the ground. Up down the rugby. Aaron Will, Darren can bring it down. Daniel, he's playing a great state for him. He gets the head halfway. Pick up a big he goes further down there. Looking for a player down there. Jerry Lane is playing in front. He's under hook the sequence. So Graham pick it up. He tries to pick it up again. Can't do it. Ball, down there. He's going to get a free kick out of the ball. Jerry Lane. Well, not really good. Look at football, Jerry Lane. This pick up here to Wilson. There's a weak position. The Dinners go to his head. Ball, pushing back behind. Gets the kick. Gets the Robert Smith. That's Graham can't pick it up. Johnny's just gets the head halfway. Johnny East Gambier on the 15 goal. 3. They've got him done right away. South Gambier 8 goals to it. We're almost at the final period of this third quarter now. 1975 grand final. And East Gambier taking certainly a stranglehold on their game. The main Midway game now, the majority of following we've seen this year seems to come back hard in the last quarter. But can South Gambier come back from the deficit they played down? We'll soon know Ian Robinson. Then right now, with the ball now, puts it on the ground. Up goes the Ruckman. Tapped away right again. Barrett, out towards Scanlon. Scanlon in there, trying to pick the ball up. Can't quite do it. East Gambier, South Gambier, all back into the ball at the moment. Up by Robinson will this time it's going away and really down. East Gambier Ruckman with the ball right in the centre of the ground. Up towards the half forward flank for East Gambier. Up goes the player. Comes off hand. No one can pick it up. Gambier in there. Gets the hand pass away. No one can pick it up from him. It's South Gambier. But Fred Pickford going away on Terry Sims, is it? Terry Sims.
He's taking the ball round the centre wing position again from front position. East Gambier. But on hand it's Brent. It's South Gambier for a Connor Black. Stands underneath this one. I tell you what, if these football in the race, what does it happen from? East Gambier are football. Stopping to a dead ball. Flying right back to back. But they're definitely in the start line. Truly remarkable. And I tribute to Gary Madden. But there's still over 30 minutes of football left. Connor Black again. Number 13 for South Gambier. Right down the barrel. 8 goals to 11. Trying to beat Smith Drain 3. Connor Black with the ball in the goal there. Then London. Barry Barrett to dive in. And he will be playing the ball. Barry Barrett, the big forward. Resting Ruckman for East Gambier. And wounded one out there. He'll play well for the back from it. Well, it's a bad kick, but it's all back from the way down from David Barrett. Don't break it down. He's already made many kicks in the driving middle of the ground. The Rex South together. Right clear now. Behind the bar. Kick for the try. But he's hooked it. And again a ball on the ball. And it's on the ball there. South Gambier haven't been minus balls on the board. 8 goals, 12. Still throwing in. 15-3. Striking in with game of football. And right now, that could happen for Dane Thomas. The West fullback in. Gambier player. Now East fullback brings it around the left flank. A shot in the back. Will go around Fitzgerald. Yes, it is. Fitzgerald will take the free kick. Goodness knows what he's going to do with it. This set haven't done anything. He can get past the turn into the goal. Leave me in a bang in goal. He can't do anything. Get the ball. Get the direct pass. Hardly knows what to the back foot. There's the back foot of five. What he does with it. He's put the throw. Yeah. Brett Harvey has put the throw. And right he's done. He's still pressed for another player. The ball breaks on the leg there on the ground. But South up back in it again. That's it. Don't know what it's got now. But now 9 goals more down there. South Gambier still trying in. 15 goals, 3. Which the main boy gives us a deficit of what something still up now. 4 goals. We've got 27 points. We still got 4 goals required by South Gambier in the game. Up high Robin puts the ball on the ground once again. Put in there for South Gambier. Here's they trying to get the ball away. Pass out to Gary Fox. He gets the ball, the hand mark up there. Looking to Collins back and find that player. His hand mark is going straight out. Gary Fox up there. Back once again for South Gambier for their forward line. The ball brought down a bounce. Over there on the South Gambier half forward line. The boundary umpire now will prepare to put the ball back into play once again. Here's the throw in. The Ruckman got there. Barrett and Will. Ball brought towards the boundary line once again. And we'll have a throw in over there once again. East Gambier 15 goals, 3. South Gambier 9 goals, 12. 27 points the difference. We'll be playing about 2 or 3 minutes of time on in this third quarter. The ball knocked away at Roger Doody. He's make game line, gets it down towards the centre of the ground. No one can do much with it down there. South Gambier in there trying to pick the third quarter of the grand final of the 1975 grand final advance for the club. On your perfect scoreboard, East Gambier 15 goals, 3. Leading South Gambier 9 goals, 12. The game is brought to you on the Saturday Sporting Service. First the sport, your commentators saying Neil and Brian Kennedy.
The fourth front goal for East.
6% there.
And they're trying to pick the third quarter. Standing over
his first consecutive grand final. Hasn't played a bad one yet. Today, another second. His kick ball in the record. Rodney Dooney had the ball on the way. But John showed me coming. Left foot check up on this. He's got to be up. He's allowed plenty of room to run round. High in the air again. It's aiming in at this, thank you. And the big tall Brandy South Gambier up. That bar, it's on the attacking side. Sam McGinnis with the ball now. Not much to kick to down there. Up go the fire. Pushed away by East Gambier. Down in front, but it's Jeff Martin in there for South Gambier. He tried to pick it up. Get the hand pass away. It's picked up by Rodney Dooney. Big kick up towards the centre of the ground. It's Rodney Dooney up here. It was goal back there fielder. Rodney Dooney with the ball now. Peter Barry for Australia. Really all confused here at the moment. But Peter Barry is coming to the East Gambier side. His first senior game for the season after coming back with a couple of years down at Monterey. Now he's put the ball in the centre of the ground. He's got a couple of goals in his third so far. This kick up towards the centre half forward. That's the score right play. It's going to beat it either. But it comes up. That's well. Connor. That's Connor with the ball now. Right behind the football. It's there. Going on the centre there, Connor. And what a wonderful picking by East Gambier. What wonderful picking by Jeff Connor. 10 goals, 1 to his credit. And something like 16 goals, 3 to East Gambier's credit. East Gambier 16 goals, 3. South Gambier 9 goals, 12. We've been playing about 3 minutes probably into this final quarter here at Vansittart Park. And East Gambier certainly looking a great team. Well, it's $450 fan awarded by the Calvin Oil Company, particularly the Victorian branch for the premiership side, worth a $50 banner. But we've also got a track team in front cover to whom we have got left on the ground out here this afternoon. 10 goals to this quarter, certainly lining him up very well. Yes, and certainly nobody in the South Gambier side that would qualify for that at the moment. But here's the ball up on the half forward line for South Gambier now. The free kick going away over there at Brian Norman, who has been moved to centre half forward in this quarter. Here's his kick in towards the goal line. It's a pretty good kick too. Goal line with 2 hands in the air. Goal number 1 to Brian Norman. Goal number 10 to South Gambier as they go on to 10 goals, 12. Still playing East Gambier, 16 goals, 3. At about the 5 minute mark, 10 South Gambier come back from this ball line. They've got to lift their game to what they've been doing in the first 3 quarters out here at Vansittart Park. East Gambier running a lead last week, Dave. I don't think they did it proper again. Certainly doesn't look like it, Brian. They've been too well coached during the week, which is rather obvious from the way that they are running. But South still need 5 straight goals. They managed 4 goals, 6 in the third quarter. East kicked 4 straight goals. So a repetition would see South making run. Right now, Pete, we want the ball down a little bit more as they go forward again. Up the Barry's down on the bottom. Jerry Lane's there. Peter Barry's back on the board again. Brian Murphy. I check the handball. It's Tanoba in particular. And it goes to South. They bring the ball forward. They get in the barrel front. He's had a very bad back to the ball. Send it deep in the pocket. Brian Norman. Well, Martin, they have no 15 metres.
Johnny Shot. Good goal is Mike seen the side early in the season, but here's the ball now. Picked up by Richard Healy right there at centre wing. He turns towards the middle of the ground, looking for a play on there inside with Sam McGuinness. McGuinness now in the centre of the ground, direct play, right down the Woodsy, half forward line, looking to get round the Murray Merrimack, got on the end, and couldn't bring it ball down. Picked up by Wayne Gambier. Next there is pick up their fight, Brisbane Bandon once again. And Bandon now with this ball. He's had a good game for East Gambier also on this full back line at the moment with the ball and direct play up towards the wing position, pushed away, will go out and down the hang and up right. More big of a penny down. It's given some free kick here with play, put a bit allowed to go on. The free kick going away and Bundy Norton over there for East Gambier. And we put the ball now right in front of the scoreboard, kick up towards the half forward track, looking for Peter Stringer. Going to bring it down, Gary Morton in there after the ball. But almost went out of bounds. Next hit, hand up by Gary Morton to go back. That way, once again, it's Johnny John and Murray Merritt, all in Gambier. And it's Gambier very strong in defence, and Murray Merritt now will send the ball right up towards the centre of the ground. Trying to be lifted away by South Gambier, picked up by Darryl back to ball. Once again, it's Murray Merritt. Flat now, down there, Murray Merritt. I'm doing that, but I haven't been there all day, mate. We've been up there in the last quarter. Here's Murray Merritt with the ball now. Once again, up towards the centre of the ground. All in Gambier here at the moment. Ball marked in by Rodney Moody. And Moody right in the almost a clear centre position to the ground. Right there, across the Woodley. Scoreboard, wing position now. He'll send East Gambier to attack the ball high in the air. Goes to ground there. Bowen to pick it up at the moment. The hand marked away by South Gambier. There they go McGuinness. Just kicks out of Woodley. Half back line of East Gambier side. Picked on the opposite. Another one of them. Good play from East Gambier today. Even as play out there looking for Peter Stringer. Gary Morton leading to the right at the moment. He can't hit the ball. Ball going down and down. Right in front of the South Gambier. Playing the fence at the moment. There's probably some pretty long places there on the selected places there at South Gambier at the moment. It's a boundary umpire. Throwing the ball in again. McGuinness gets the punt away. Just put it to Gambier. He picks it up. He sends play up looking for Noel Moody. Comes to Peter Barron. The play hits the gun. Moves the boot. And makes the bounce line out of bounds on the East Gambier half forward line.
Well, we could probably make changes in our commentary position here, but Sam Gambier certainly plays the camera standing down at the forward and cannot get anywhere near the ball. Right now, Peter Barron in there for East. Connell back in there for South. Gary Lane gets the ball out. Brings it along to the centre position. Gary Lane has got to go. Well, probably the first misunderstanding between the East game order of these two players. They don't know how to get it back the ball. It's got the boundary line. South has got it all back to their half forward line. Well, they're certainly in just the straight. It's a good ball. Now the grab it on to Murray Merritt. High goes the ball. High goes back Brandon and back to back. Brandon Moody flings it away. Well, that's not the ball to me, but it's not stand. Front by the man. And it's come up to the 10-minute play position. Final quarter. Again, big watch on the Cataract Boarding Service. Right in the ball. In the centre of the ground, Richard Healy with the ball now. He's going the ball from the tunnel, but doesn't get a ball kick in. Looking down further as Ian Wilson who picks the ball up. He's going back to hand mark. Looking to pop the ball on and we'll find that player. Don't get a go from the outfield as they go forward once again. Don't get in front once again. Hit the mark, play the mark, play on from the umpire. So he's still back in there as Johnny Shelton. Now could have been playing the mark probably, but Johnny Shelton will make the defender. For East Gambier here tonight. The ball now. Got about the centre half back position.
short. Out to the back. Pull back behind him. Behind the back here. Now find his hook back from Frank. Right up from the place and down. And down to the Gambier. But look at him at the man. And find him down. Get down to the man. Out to the man. Blink with it. Right there was down. Turn more than out of the man. But down left. It's right there. All back to the game minute. With it. It's 7-8-3. 7, 11, 12. 18 minutes out of this ball of water. Good ball in there. Gary London there. Trying leading this game once again. On their way to another championship. Gets the ball up here. Off by Don Mooney. Don Mooney with the ball on the half-back lane. And he'll send the ball up here downfield. Here's the big high kick for Don Mooney. Up looking further afield. Goes back to the hit of that line. Harry Simmons in there for South Gambier. Get the hand pass. He goes to Gary Fox. He's in all sorts of trouble. And Peter Stricker comes through there, but Gary Fox will take the free kick right in the centre wing position. And in this kick, the other would be centre of the ground, centre wing position. Finds Don Mooney waiting behind, going to pick the ball up. Can't quite make it. Ball forced over the boundary line. And will go out of bounds right in the, almost in the centre wing position. The boundary umpire here with the ball now, ready to throw it back into play once again. So East Gambier, 17 goals 3. What great kicking. South Gambier, 11 goals 12. The Tim Drill gets the tap away. Peter Stringer, as he's going to be up here, he's running in front. Maybe third man. Someone off the time run. Mixed it out by the side, but it certainly was on. Zig going to be up here with the ball. Up here towards the half-goal back line. And Jerry Lane comes through. No grab out. It's a 4 kick in. Roger Doody. Right in his trail. Darrell back in there. He picks the ball up. Sends it across towards the centre of the ground. Looking for Robert Smith. Finds that player and let out from his half-forward flank. In there looking for Quill once again. Quill gets the line now. Robert about the centre half-forward position for South Gambier. That ball
20 by the